What intellectual gymnastics did Chief Justice John Roberts go through to get to his controversial Obamacare ruling? All rise, the judge is here to explain. It was a surprise ruling.
It was a surprise ruling, and I wish I could understand what was in his mind at the time. If he was trying to be a politician, that's not the job that he was appointed to. His job is to enforce the Constitution, come what may, notwithstanding the divisiveness or the unity that comes about from that enforcement and interpretation of the Constitution.
Can you explain this to me? All the way through the Obamacare legislation and debate, it was called a penalty.
Yes.
If you didn't go out there and buy health insurance, it was a penalty. And that's how it was submitted to the Supreme Court. But then Justice Roberts turned around and said, no, you, the Obama administration, you've got it wrong. It's not a penalty, it is a tax.
Here's how unprecedented this was. The Supreme Court of the United States has never, never in italics, changed a penalty to a tax. Now, the and in italics is from the joint dissent. Now, the dissent rarely uses the word never twice in one sentence to emphasize how novel is the theory of the majority opinion, but that was the case here.
So why did he do it?
Well, I don't know why he did it. I mean, one could speculate. Was there a political reason? Was there a legal reason? Was there an intra-court reason? Does he like the cocktail parties in Georgetown? I don't want to attribute an ignoble motivation to the Chief Justice's brain, because I don't know what was in his brain. But I do know that he found a very, very odd and unusual way to uphold the statute. Now, a little bit of the way this works. Sometimes bizarre compromises are necessary to keep a 5-person majority from becoming a 4-person minority. If one of the people is threatening to bolt to the other side, which would then make a 4-person minority a 5-person majority. So apparently, it is a tax line of reasoning is the only way he could get the 4 progressives and himself to agree. Now, the statute calls it a penalty. The statute calls it a shared responsibility. The statute even calls it a punishment. How they can transform that into a tax is beyond me.
Doesn't this extend the taxing power of Congress forever?
That is
the
danger here. This is a vast new federal power, because it basically says the Congress can command you to do something and prohibit you from doing it. And if you don't do as the Congress has ordered, it can tax you. And whatever it's going to command you to do or prohibit you from doing doesn't even have to be in its enumerated powers in the Constitution. So what difference does it make if the Commerce Clause is restricted? Congress now has this offer from the Chief Justice, power on a platter, if you will. Write any law, regulate any behavior, coerce any activity, prohibit any activity, and just assess a tax if you are disobeyed.
Let's go back to the political nature, perhaps, of this decision from Chief Justice Roberts. Congress is dysfunctional, right? It is more bipartisan than it ever has been. Is this a statement on that? And if so, that's not cool, to put it as simply.
It's not cool because it's not the role of the Supreme Court to do that.
But do you think that played into it at all?
Again, I am reluctant to get into the Chief Justice's head. I don't want to get into the gossip about whether he changed his mind and when he decided to do this. But this statute was upheld on a basis that wasn't even articulated by the people who argued in support of it. This is a novel theory, never been used before to substantiate legislation